Hi, I just wanted to show you how to set up an assignment box in D2L or Econestoga or Brightspace, whatever we want to call it. So the first thing, go to Course Tools, Assignments. We have all the different spaces here that we can set one up. So start with New Assignment. Give it a name. So for instance, I'm going to call this one Romeo Test. And the idea behind it is we now set it up. You could include instructions here. Okay. We could add an attachment. So for instance, if it was for a certain assignment, you could attach that here. You could even attach videos, etc. Is it an individual or is it a group assignment? Group assignment is if you have groups already set up in Brightspace or in D2L, I guess, then groups can submit. Anyone from that group can submit. Okay. Files allowed. I always have mine set to unlimited. Then that way, if they've made a mistake, they can put in another one, and you just mark the most recent ones that you want. The big thing here is evaluation and feedback. What are you going to score it out of? So let's say it's going to be scored out of 10. The grade item, you would choose one. So set up the grade item ahead of time. So let's say that it's going to be quiz 4. It will only show up here if it hasn't already been assigned to another assignment, which is a nice little thing. And then there's some other things, but just I would hit save at that point. Go up to the next window, which would be restrictions. And you can hide from the users so that you could have this set up ahead of time and then just open it closer to the time. It has a due date and it has an end date. Availability is the start. The difference between due date and end date, if you put in an end date, it means that it will shut and they can't put it in after that time. Problem I have with using it is, you know, somebody's having internet problems and it's 2 minutes after the deadline and it won't go in. I tend to use has due date and put that in and set it for the time I want. But then what happens is if they're 2 minutes late, it will go in and then it will just show up with red lettering saying that it was just a little bit overdue. And then you can decide which you want to do. That's pretty well that for that page. The only other one would be in the turn it in. And do you want to have the grade marker on for this? So you would enable it and then go down. If you're into this, it probably is a little bit more complicated and maybe we should chat. But basically it's turning on, turn it in, and you know how that works in terms of marking whether or not it's has been used by someone else. Okay. By checking that, enable originality check for this folder. Allow learners to see turn it in is good because otherwise they won't see. And then save and you're pretty well done. We would then go back. We would go Course Tools, Assignments. And you're now going to see here's the Romeo test. Okay. You can tell by this that it's been set up to have the turn it in. Okay. If you ever wanted to edit it, you would then edit assignment and that would take you back in so that you can change these things. Okay. That's about it. I don't mind going over it, but I thought you might find this would get you started.